This isn't a matter of us storing up Scripture in our heart just for the sake of being obedient. We hide Scripture in our heart to help us to remain in restored relationship, to help us to walk in light and in line with restored relationship with God, that God would love us in that way. Have we memorized Scripture? Have we taken it? Have we made it our own? Have we owned Scripture for the sake of loving God more daily? When situations come, and they come at you, rather than us waging war in the way that Scripture has called for us to wage war, here's what we find ourselves doing. We find ourselves waging war in the same way that the world we live in wages war. We find ourselves attempting to deal with everyday life and everyday situations just like those who don't have a breastplate of faith, who don't have the breastplate of love, who don't have the helmet of hope and salvation. We wage war just like everybody else. So, by giving true spiritual wisdom, God helps the believer not to wage war with his enemy with spears and swords or with sharp tongues, as I said earlier, but God gives us the ability and the opportunity to wage war with something else altogether, to love our enemy. So I want you to evaluate your arguments, and I'll evaluate mine because I need to evaluate mine. In your arguments about the Christian faith, are there points for you when you realize, when I walked away from that, what they experienced was not a mind that had been shaped by God and His love, but a tongue that was really more interested and concerned with making sure that that person felt small and wrong than that person felt loved and cared for. If you have a job, or if you are in school, or wherever you happen to be, I pray that you will see that you are to prepare your mind to go to war in that area, to take captive that place, to take captive that thought, so that you have chances to make much of Jesus in that. That you're going to have the chance to have those conversations, and if you claim that this is true, you better be ready to demonstrate that this is true in love. And we do that with minds that are set. Here's what you don't do. You don't beat someone with the Bible. But you have enough of Scripture hidden in your heart so that when that conversation takes place, that it's real and it's genuine and it's something that they can sense. Now, because many times, if I don't want to have a conversation on a plane, I tell someone I'm a preacher and they stop talking. But you get that when you're a teacher. You get that when you're a lawyer. There are people who want to know about what you do. And I pray that we're preparing our minds in such a way that we can explain that Jesus is why we do it.